All right, Chargers Nation, let's get this thing charged up. You ready for a video that'll have your heart racing? Today's vibe is electric, with 4 massive stories that could shake up our season. Is the offensive line finally going to lock in? What about a dream addition to our passing game? There's a defensive move that could change everything. And a familiar name ready to light it up with Herbert. Want to know more? Grab a seat, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into this storm of news. Which story do you think will blow your mind today? The Chargers' offensive line is the talk of the town, and for good reason. We've been hammering the need for depth in the interior, and while Mekhi Becton's signing has solidified the right side, center and left guard are still a revolving door. Enter a name that could slam it shut. Will Hernandez, ex-Cardinal, flagged by Brandon Austin of Pro Football Network as a potential fix. Is he the missing piece? At 30, Hernandez is coming off a nasty knee injury, an ACL tear in 2024 that sidelined him for 12 games. Still, in just 5 games, he posted a solid 66.0 PFF run blocking grade, showing he's got the chops. With Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton ready to pound the rock under Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman, Hernandez could be the guy to pave the way for our running backs. But hold up, it's not that simple. Zion Johnson, who logged over 1,000 snaps at left guard in 2024, is trying to slide to center, a position he's never played in the NFL. Per Daniel Popper of The Athletic, Johnson and Bradley Bozeman were flipping between center and guard at the latest OTA, with Harbaugh testing options but not committing. "We'll see how long this lasts," Harbaugh said, keeping us on edge. Johnson's only center experience was a brief stint at the 2022 Senior Bowl, and that lack of reps is a red flag. Worse, the Chargers didn't pick up his 5th-year option, leaving his future shaky. If he nails it, he could anchor the line for a decade. If he flops, we're stuck with a weak spot, and that's a nightmare for protecting Herbert. Fans are split. Some trust Johnson's upside, others want Hernandez's proven grit. On X, I saw fans saying, if Johnson fails, it's sack city for Herbert. So what's your take? Roll the dice on potential or bring in a vet? While you chew on that, brace yourself, because the passing game's got a bombshell that'll make you jump. The Chargers' passing game is screaming for consistency, and Justin Herbert deserves receivers who can match his elite arm. Ladd McConkey was a home run in 2024, racking up over 1,000 yards as a rookie, and Quentin Johnston made strides in year 2, but he's still not steady enough. The team drafted Trey Harris and brought back Mike Williams, a familiar face. But is that enough to move the needle? Here's the kicker. What if the answer's on the East Coast? One phone call could change everything. Per Fox's Jordan Schultz, Washington's Terry McLaurin is frustrated with stalled contract talks. He even bailed on OTAs out of nowhere, and this is the final year of his deal. Picture this. McLaurin with 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons, including 13 touchdowns, and an All-Pro nod in 2024. He's the reliability Herbert's been missing. It won't come cheap, though. Landing McLaurin could cost a 2nd or 3rd-round pick, maybe even Johnston or Williams in a trade. Fans are already dreaming of McLaurin and McConkey each hitting 1,000 yards, making defenses sweat. On X, one fan said, "Herbert with McLaurin. It's Brady to Moss vibes." But here's the catch. McLaurin's price tag strains the cap. Tyreek Hill's name came up too, but his off-field issues make McLaurin the safer bet. Harbaugh's building a balanced attack, and a dependable receiver could be the playoff ticket. Is it worth the cost? A move like this could turn our offense into a juggernaut, but what if it doesn't click? What would you do? Go all in on McLaurin or stick with the current crew? While you're thinking, hold tight, because the defense has a move that'll leave you speechless. The Chargers' defense is making a bold move, and it might just turn us into a quarterback's worst nightmare. On Wednesday, the team locked in edge rusher Bud Dupree with a 1-year extension through 20 tweets, worth up to $6 million. Smart play for the price. At 32, Dupree put up 28 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, an interception, 2 pass breakups, and a forced fumble in 2024. Not bad for a guy who started as the 4th edge behind Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and Tuli Tuipulotu. But numbers don't tell the full story. If you watched every game, you saw Dupree miss golden opportunities for double-digit sacks. His technique gets sloppy when he's got the QB in his grasp, and that's gotta change for a vet. Why do I like this deal? First, it's a bargain for his upside. If Dupree sharpens his game, he could easily hit 10-plus sacks in 2025 with more snaps. Second, with Khalil Mack likely retiring after 2025, whether here or elsewhere, this keeps our pass rush strong through 2026. On X, fans are split. Some are hyped, saying, "Dupree's underrated, he'll shine with more reps." Others aren't sold. 6 sacks and all those misses? Nah. Here's my take. With Mack, Bosa, and Tuipulotu, our pass rush is already nasty, but Dupree raises the floor. Harbaugh loves a defense that scares people, and Dupree fits if he delivers. If he cleans up his game, he could seal games in clutch moments. But if he keeps slipping on finishes, it's a risk, but at $6 million, it's worth it. This defense could be a playoff game changer. So, is Dupree the hero we need, or just a stopgap? While you decide, get ready, because the offense has a name coming back to spark something big with Herbert. The Chargers' offense is one step from becoming a powerhouse, and a familiar face's return might be the spark we need. After a rough 2024, Mike Williams is back in LA, and the buzz is real. CBS Sports' Cody Benjamin named him one of 7 players who could turn heads at minicamp. Why? Chemistry with Herbert. Williams struggled in 2024, bouncing between the Jets and Steelers with just 21 catches for 298 yards and 1 touchdown. But that's not the Mike we know. Drafted 7th overall in 2017, he's had 2 1,000-yard seasons and 1 with 10 touchdowns in 2018. Back with Herbert, where their connection was electric, he could be a game changer. The big question, where does he fit? Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston are locked in as starters, and rookie Trey Harris is in the mix. At 6 inches, Williams is built for the outside, but he might rotate or even slide to the slot where Harris thrives. Benjamin bets that with less contact in minicamp, Williams will stretch the field as a perfect number 2 for Herbert. On X, fans are pumped. Mike and Herbert again? Touchdowns every week. But some doubt. After 2024, he's got to prove it. The Chargers' offense, which ranked 20th in total yards in 2024, now has Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton for the run game, plus McConkey and Johnston in the air. If Williams hits his 2018 form, this could be Herbert's deepest receiving core ever. But if he can't rebound, it's a gamble. But his history with Herbert is a trump card. Will he be the big play king again or get lost in the shuffle? Hold tight, because these stories are setting up an epic season. Chargers Nation, what a wild ride. The offensive line's on the edge with Hernandez and Johnson, but it could anchor our run game. McLaurin could make our passing attack a beast, while Dupree ensures the defense keeps scaring QBs. And Mike Williams? He's ready to reignite the magic with Herbert. This season's screaming potential, but there's risk too. Can Harbaugh turn these moves into gold? Drop your take in the comments. Which stories got you most hyped? Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and share to power up the nation. Bolt up!